last time we were in here, a huge tree fell, probably 25, 30 yards from us. But it might have been that one right there. It's laying out. But, yeah, scared the bejeebies out of me because there was a storm the night before. So it's a little bit risky sometimes hiking when there was just a storm and it's kind of windy out. You really have to listen and be connected so you can hear if something, a big branch or anything like that, has the potential of falling on you. You don't want that. People only think about animal risks, snakes, bears, stuff like that. But really, a big old tree falling on you or a big branch can kill you. So you have to, like, I never understood, no offense to anyone who does, people who wear headphones while they are hiking or jogging in a more densely forested area, because there's more risks than you think. And if you just have all your senses connected, you will avoid those. They have everything marked. I forget which is what loop. I think we follow the red. I remember the trail. Piper is like a sled dog. I have to hold her wrist with her leash behind my elbow to get more leverage. She is Piper's mixed with Great Pyrenees and Golden Retriever. She has a very unique personality. I could never rehome her, even if I absolutely had to, because she looks at me as her owner, her master, you know. And I guess that's the Great Pyrenees breed, which I didn't know before I got her. And I started to quickly realize I couldn't understand why she was so territorial. And they're a guardian livestock dog. They basically protect farms, families, animals, you know. So she is she prefers a quiet walk. She doesn't want to be around people. I took her down to Virginia to a place called Natural Chimneys. And it's a campground, and like, there's these really beautiful natural chimneys right on the campground. It's also like a historic site, so you can drive in and kind of check them out. Well, anyways, we went Memorial Day weekend, and Piper, it was too crowded. So Piper was starting to get some anxiety. And, you know, it's hard to have her not bark at every single person that walks by as it is. Usually, I like to tent camp, even though I have a camper. I don't like lugging it around because it's just me, and I don't have that kind of confidence yet in hauling my camper. And it's only because I haven't tried it and done it. But anyways, we're tent camping in the little corner, so I'm thinking we're gonna have enough privacy. But pretty much every tent site is reserved. There's people everywhere. She's trying not to bark. I'm taking her on hikes and walks, but she starts having panic attacks where it's like she can't catch her breath, she can't breathe. And she's just making this noise. And it's interesting. It so just reminds me of people. You know how you get so anxious, your chest will tighten up and you feel like you can't breathe. And it was like, I immediately knew that's what was happening to her, because I've had social anxiety my whole life. And it's so interesting how we unintentionally, as humans, pick dogs that are similar to our personalities. Even though I didn't know anything about the Great Pyrenees or anything like that, her entire personality embodies my similar personality. And so anyways, yeah, I like this trail because I can sit here and talk to you. And I'm like, I'll get miles in. And I know nobody's coming up. I don't have to feel self-conscious. Not that I should. It's just something that I got to work on. That if somebody came up and heard me talking to my vlog camera, I would be a little anxious about it, which is kind of silly, but you know, we're all growing and learning. Another cool thing is we see stuff all the time on the trails. And I've had this equipment and been saying, I'm going to vlog and I'm going to do this. And I just don't. And I have my phone with me, so I'll take pictures. And I'm like, damn, like, I could have shared that with others, you know? And I'm a teacher and single mom of 4, and all I do is talk to kids and animals. So this is my way of connecting with those who are like me, who want to connect, but at the same time need their quiet space. And I'll tell you what, I'm so appreciative of nature vloggers, homestead vloggers, all that kind of stuff on YouTube, because I spend hours watching those things. And then when I'm depressed, I'll watch stuff like that and it'll bring me out of my depression, make me want to go do something, make me want to go on a hike, make me want to create, bake a pie, like very much connected to the traditional values of things. I'm probably terrible in terms of the videography aspect of this. I just strap the camera to my chest because my dog just pulls me like it's her day job. And so that's something I'll probably have to learn along the way, but I'm more of a talker anyways, I'm not gonna lie. I already had my other YouTube channel I started in 2018 that was me vlogging my experience when I had a big spiritual awakening. And so yeah, that is more of just me coming on and on the video and expressing myself and what I went through, and thousands of people could relate. I think my biggest hit of a video, and I barely post anymore. Posted much more back then, but it was about past life regression I did. And it was crazy. I did it myself. I went online on YouTube. I looked up just different meditations that you could use as a guided past life regression to get me there. I've done them with actual hypnotherapists. And the irony of it all is the one that I sat down and very intentionally did myself was the most detailed and connected, because you really have to surrender. You have to surrender all your ego's beliefs in order to connect and allow that information to come through. At some level, your belief has to be there. Because if it's not, you'll just explain it away. But there's no way to explain it away. I actually ended up finding myself in a past life, in history. So if you're talking linear time, which isn't how time actually works, it was my most previous lifetime as a man. I died, I can't remember, early 80s. And then my spirit came reborn in this avatar as Kelsey in 1988 when I was born. 10/10, tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be 37 tomorrow. And so yeah, crazy experience, but just to say that that's my most watched video on my other channel. I mean, I haven't even checked in a while, but last time I looked, it was like 25,000 views on that. And it was just me and an old ass iPhone. And anyone who's super introverted, but when they're around people they are comfortable with, are extroverted, but you're going through a spiritual awakening and you feel like you are just alone, go vlog, go do something and just record it and share it. it's like having like thousands of people that are your friends, but you're not emotionally obligated to them. It's just you expressing your experience and they can relate. And guess what? They do that for you too. If you've watched any other YouTube channels, all those YouTubers did that for me. And now I'm paying it forward and sharing my story. And mine's different than anyone else's. But it also will uniquely relate to so many people who have seen a lot on YouTube, but maybe not quite like this. Maybe not quite a single mom of 4 who's been single for 2.5 years and learning to love herself to the point of there's no settling in life in any aspect. Like I substitute teach, and I do it part-time. I have a master's degree in education. I could go full-time any day. Been offered many positions. But what is your time worth? What is your time worth? What matters to you? And for me, I'm over here just figuring out how do you monetize doing what you love. And the first step is just keep doing what you love. And then when you get quiet, because you spend that time alone with yourself, Spirit will unveil what those things are. Every little thing you need to do. Like for me, I have notebooks full of ideas. Majority of them not implemented into my physical reality. But I learned that even the things that I thought I wasted my time on weren't a waste of time at all. Weren't even close to being a waste of time, because it was like I thought college was a waste of time and money and all the debt and all that. But then I see I was a teacher all along. Maybe it wasn't from the angle that I thought it would be right now, but I already see parts of the vision unveiling themselves, and I'm just patient and allow that and not try to force it. I've always been in masculine energy as a female living in survival mode. My grandmother, or my mom's side, is all the trauma basically inherited. And my grandmother is a single grandmother of 4 living in the projects. My mom is still single. She was a drug addict, alcoholic. She now runs a nonprofit, got her life together. That's a beautiful thing. And it's interesting because I'm over here breaking generational curses of survival mode, raising my kids to not have to feel that. But I think in some ways, we all feel that when we're doing it alone, that we're surviving. But I feel like we can learn to thrive and then become a vibrational match to those who have a similar frequency. And eventually those communities form. But there's this caterpillar in the cocoon stage. There's this stage, and I'm in it right now. I freaking love this place. So going down into there, that's all like sloping down with pine trees. I'm a sucker for an evergreen, not gonna lie. I'm a sucker for some ferns. There's tons of ferns through here. I absolutely love this place. Love this place. The best part about it is dense and it's private. Very private. Very quiet. And there's about to be at least 2 spots with the most beautiful scenic looks you could see. Killer spot, and they were kind enough to let everybody know on the trail that we're at the overlook. Come on, Piper. We gotta take a little detour. Let's go look. It's so beautiful. Got beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful out here. There's a nice bench too. And a tree. They cut some trees down right here. Probably so we could see better. Now come fall. So last time I took this trail, it was so wet. It had rained so much. This was back in the spring. In June, we got a lot of rain. And then July, August, September, dry. But anyways, this whole trail, I mean, at least 2.5 miles of it was like a stream. It was horrible. Everything was soaked. My socks were partially soaked because I have some decent hiking boots. These are actually new and I'm working them in. I forgot to say earlier that when I was talking about going on these trails and missing things that we see I want to say Thursday. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday. I went on a hike, and on the second half of the trail, so it's like very challenging the first half, and the last about 1.5 miles, you can choose to do another challenging bit, or you can just bike trails right there. You can take the bike trail right to the parking lot. It's wide, it's flat. It's nice when you're tired if you're not ready to like bust out another hard workout at the end. So me and Piper, we're going the bike trail because I had just worked all day at the school. So we hit the bike trail. We're not on there for more than 3 minutes, and we almost step on this huge rat snake, which is, at the time, I didn't realize it. I was like, oh my God, it's a big black snake. It was all black. And I've seen them before. I saw one out in Raystown Lake, Pennsylvania. That's more like southwest. Not quite that. Maybe somewhat central. Anyways, not quite as far over as Harrisburg and stuff. But anyways, and a little farther north, Raystown Lake. It's an huge artificial lake that they had put in years ago. Beautiful area. A lot of people like to go there and get pontoon boats and all that stuff, but there's hiking trails around there. And me and my significant other at the time, we saw this huge black snake. And let me tell you, on Wednesday, I saw one of those times too. This thing was insanely large. As soon as I get home, my youngest son, he's 4th grader, he immediately says, oh, that's a rat snake. You can pick them up. They're not going to hurt you. They just eat mice and rodents, etc. And wow, maybe this was not here last time. Maybe I should check my map, make sure I'm in the right spot. This outbuilding was not here last time that I was here. Yes, let me check my map. I didn't map the actual trail, I just hit navigate. But it'll still show me all the trails. So I have gotten lost before and had to use all trails. Like at the time I wasn't tracking the trail or anything. I didn't have it turned on. Thank God. I had a bar service. It was down east of Pittsburgh. I lived down there for a while in the mountains. And yeah, it was one of those trails where there's just like a million different side trails. And it was me and my significant other and my 4 kids, and they were a lot littler. That was like supposed to be a 3-mile hike, and it turned into 5. And with little legs, whew, and the stress of knowing that you don't know where you are. But thank God for those apps, you know. We would eventually have made it out. When you go 2 extra miles further, after you've already gone 3 with little kids, it was a intense day. We were just tired. Me and my partner were at the time worked pretty good through things like that. So no big deal, but whew, it is when you have your little kids with you. I bet you if it was just me, I would have been like, and I would have taken my time. But at first, I was getting a little stressed because we'd go down one way, and then it was like, wait, no, that's not it. And finally, because at the time I didn't really use the trail apps much. I didn't know about them. Now I always have the app going and navigating me, so I never have to worry. And I've gotten so much more knowledge, gathered more knowledge about hiking, just watching videos on YouTube, just watching people, just reading books, just being interested in all of that kind of stuff. And the more informed you are, usually the more safe you are, if you care about yourself enough to implement all the information that you've gathered over time. I mean, I'm still a woman by herself with her dog in the woods, so how safe is that? I don't know. I don't feel worried when I have my dog with me. I know for a fact, because I've gone on some hikes without Piper. When I don't have her with me, I am a little more aware of my surroundings. My senses are definitely more heightened, just off the fact that if a bigger animal saw me, I would be more of a prey than something that they would fear. But honestly, in the Appalachians in Pennsylvania, I've seen black bear. I've been in the woods. When I was a little girl, me and my cousin, we were probably first graders. We were young, maybe 7 or 8 years old. We were playing in the woods out near the Allegheny National Forest. My uncle had a hunting camp out there. And there was a mama and her baby probably 30 yards away, 40 yards away. And we just squealed and ran. But that's just, the interesting thing is she had a baby. I mean, she saw we were 2 little girls, non-threatening. We were afraid. And she ran the other direction with her baby, and we ran. And then, actually just last week, we were on our way home from my son's football game. And it's just 15-minute drive from that high school to my house, but it's basically driving through Oil Creek State Park on that road. There's always tons of deer. You never want to go speed limit. I'm telling you right now, you will hit a deer every time. I don't think I've ever drove through that road and not saw a deer. Or multiple. So anyways, last week we saw a bear, black bear cross. Me and about 3 other cars, we were all stopped watching it cross. Now here's what I mean. We go across a bunch of little dirt roads. The only thing I've ever seen on this dirt road is a 4-wheeler. And that was probably about a couple times ago that I hiked this. And, you know, that's just, everybody around here drives their 4-wheelers and side-by-sides through town. Like, no one cares. Most of us have chickens and stuff, which I want to do. I'm renting. I can still do it. I have a couple acres, but that's the one thing that we need to talk about. Waiting to do the things you want to do because you don't have all the things that you want right now. So that's something I struggled with because, and I know I'm not the only one in this boat, I want land. I want somewhere permanent. Oh, look at that black squirrel. She don't see it yet. Oh, she sees it. And there he goes, Pipe. There he goes. He's teasing you. All right, we're going to talk about land when Piper's done gawking over this beautiful squirrel. He was really dark black. We have a couple black squirrels in our backyard. Oh my God, look at... Ooh, going into the forest. Very dense in here. You hear the acorns falling? Oh, constantly. Constant. Anyways, I want land. So I feel like I can't do the things like get the chickens, build the raised beds, do this, do that, until I have that land, because I feel like I'm going to put all this time and energy into something and then I got to move again. And well, that feels like my whole life in a nutshell. Move, move, move. I couldn't even tell you how many places I've lived. So many. All over the US. And I actually finally made it back to my homeland, which is Pennsylvania. But I was gone for well over a decade. And I'm happy to be home, because it turns out this is probably one of the most beautiful places you can live in the US. Oh man, everybody from here, not everybody, but so many people, they don't know how good they have it. They just don't, they take it for granted. A lot of these places I came to after I left forever, people I know don't even know they exist. People I know from back home. Sad. Oop, we got some through hikers. I think I'm coming up behind them. Interesting. So anyways, back to the whole waiting. Don't wait. Don't wait. Because, like, you'll get to the point where you just are in that energy of waiting for something to happen instead of making it happen. So for me, I wanted to wait to do my YouTube channel until I got this, that, and the third. Well, I got all my camera equipment. Still took me a long time to actually get out here. This is the first time. And then, like, I think I need land and all this. I have 2 acres. There's already a raised bed there. I just haven't put anything in it. I could do that. But it's like, I just want to go now. And that's all I can think about. But really, just get quiet, sit with spirit, and get into that space where you're not always reaching for something more. And you're appreciating what you have. And you're creating it right now. Right now, no excuses. And here's where it gets a little weird. You really got to pay attention to the markers on the trees. Because I remember I had to backtrack one time on this trail, the first time I ever took it. And I believe it was somewhere in this area. So you got the red markers on the trees. And just keep following those. And if you stop seeing them, well, you might want to get your map out. Do some calculating. If I took a wrong turn and missing my favorite part of the trail, it would be salty. But God ain't gonna do me like that. No, sir. Pipe, which way are we going? I think we're going this way. Yeah. This was that tricky little spot. It made you feel like you're backtracking. Huge. But not. Oil Creek State Park is huge. I mean, I haven't even touched every trail in here, and I've been here for a few years. 2.5, I should say. I love it in here. It's beautiful. It's a cool little tree. They love each other, so they grew together at the bottom. Got good foundation. Oh, this is it. This is my favorite part. My God, Pipe. I love this part of the trail. I live for it. It's a few miles in, but it's majestic. those hikers did take a little loop inside this loop, which is fine because this is the perfect spot to do a little walkthrough. Very cute. I love being a teacher. I just don't love the school, the system, the burnout, the everything. But, you know, that's one of the things on my long list of stuff I want to achieve in my life is to make my own school for you learn skills of all kinds. The girls are going to be changing the oil on their car and driving like a champ before they even get their permits. But, you know, within legal reason, we're going to be learning skills. So yeah. This is the most beautiful, majestic. I'm sure there is no justice to be done with this silly camera. But we'll see when I get home because I've never actually edited a video before. So this is going to be my first time. Can you believe it? I ran a YouTube channel for, I don't even know, 2018 to present on nothing but an old iPhone with a shitty camera. And guess what? Thousands of people wanted to hear what I had to say. And they want to hear what you have to say too. Look at him. He's just waving. Your buddies aren't waving like that. What you dancing about, bud? Look at you go. I want to start a beat. Get the beat going for the boy. For the fern. Fern lovers. I love this place. Oh my God, I love it. Right now we've been on the trail an hour and 11 minutes and 3.33 miles. So, yeah, we got plenty of time to get home before the kids get out of school. And those are the things that a mom like me is gonna worry about. There's a foundation for a house right there. Set me up back here. Shit. I was just watching before I left. I was eating my lunch and, well, my lunch for breakfast because I need to eat before I leave because I have very high metabolism. I need something to burn off when I go on hikes. But anyways, I was watching this guy on YouTube build an entire off-grid house. He had the thing decked out. It was 2 stories, had a deck and everything, out of nothing but wood and rocks and clay and everything he found from the forest that he was in. Looked like a similar climate as me. Had snow come in the winter. I mean, he did the full thing. I was just like, sign me up for that. Just get me a piece of land, Spirit. Oh, honey wants a drink. Get your drink pipe. You good? Okay, let's do this. I never bring any water when I hike, even if I'm in for a long haul. I never bring. A long haul to me is like 5-6 miles. Not really long, but for just a day hike from my house, that's my solid amount I usually do, and I never take water. I wait till I get back to the truck. Piper always stops at the streams, gets her little... I should probably keep one of my life straws in my fanny pack, though. Just in case. In case I roll an ankle or something and I need to drink creek water, I guess. Although there's some natural springs out here that people come and collect water and stuff from, so that's nice to have around the world the way it is. You just never know what to expect. I just want to be fully self-sufficient. I don't want to say I have to pay an electric company or go to work. I want to decide what I do with my life. And I feel like the programming is so deep and normalized that we're the crazy ones. The ones who are actually living a simple life, being free, not allowing admiration, validation, money, all those things to decide whether we're worthy or happy or successful. So much for our human species to learn about life. I shouldn't be the weird one to be out here walking in the woods. I didn't even love life until I started doing these things again. When I was a little girl, I used to run off and do whatever I wanted at home. Because we all find our solace somewhere. First it was nature, then it was sports. But sports can turn toxic. Even healthy things can be toxic, like going to the gym too much. Relying on the gym for your happiness. What if the gym's taken away? Then what? Who are you now? It's like we have to really release those identities and just love us, our own selves, in our raw form and who we are. Which isn't even this avatar character you're playing. No. Who you are is so much deeper than that. You've played so many different characters in all these hundreds, thousands of incarnations. You chose to come in as who you are right now for a reason, to learn lessons, to expand. Every incarnation is for your soul's expansion, and inadvertently for the expansion of all humanity. And really, expansion is raising your frequency. Oh, how do you do that? Feel good? People hate that answer. That doesn't mean bypass. That's the funny thing. You can't. It's just not feeling good. It's figuring out why you don't. Why don't you feel good? Huh? What are those traumas and things you went through? Why can't you sit quietly with yourself without going crazy or having to make a phone call, chat with your girlfriends, or to go out with your buddies and have a drink? You can't just sit with yourself, you know? I think that's one thing that I'm grateful for being extremely neglected as a child. Emotionally, physically, on all fronts, is that I learned that at an early age. It makes you feel like no one loves you, but at the same time, you learn to love yourself. If you survive it, and you don't fall into the darkness, you learn to love yourself, and you expand. And you use all of that experience to help others. This is my way of helping others, because I don't like socializing. I hate socializing. It's so draining. So draining. Especially with adults. I can't do surface level conversations. I will, but I don't like to. Because I just want to be authentic, and most people don't speak the language I want to speak. They're not in the frequency that I prefer, choose to be in. And so instead of molding myself to fit those people, I mold my life to fit me, to fit my family. Ooh, it's a baby blue jay. To fit my kids, my pets, everything that I'm grateful for in my life. So much to be grateful for. Sometimes I get dark, lonely moments being single so long and alone. But I know when something isn't for me. And now I don't waste my time ignoring red flags in anything, a relationship in anything. Friendship, work that you choose to do. Work is a choice. Oh, the benefits, insurance, what will my family do? There are ways. There are so many ways. If you feel like you need that, there's so many ways. There's so many excuses too, so you just get to decide what you want to believe. It's all belief. It's all belief systems. I like this hike in a chat. It'll be nice when my microphone comes in. Because then I feel like, not that I know what this sounds like yet, because I haven't looked at it or heard it, but I feel like if I have a mic up on my face, it'll directly take that audio and focus it in more towards my voice than all the outside noises. The con to talking while I'm hiking is I breathe a little heavier, but you know, it is what it is. I'm way happier. I think the hardest part about being alone, when you've done a lot of the growth and spiritual work, is that there's not a lot of other people. And maybe there is, and this is just my limited perspective, and maybe I need to expand my belief system on it. There's not a lot of other people that have done it. I mean, I've been single for 2.5 years, and nobody's been even close, not even close to someone I could see myself with. Now, I've met not healed, no one's fully healed, but I've met men who are good men, who would make good partners. But when I've been around them, just short spurts, nothing negative happens, but there is a connection that you will feel when you're really connected with somebody. And you have like an intimate connection. And I have yet to have that. And yeah, I'll wait because I'm not settling. Because I feel like that person deserves me to be just as obsessed with them in a healthy way, in a loving way, as they are to me. And so, yeah, like I said, I'll wait. And that's okay. That just to me says it's not time. Because I totally believe in divine timing. And a fun fact about me is that when I was in college, I was a history major for my bachelor's degree. And I got my master's in education, but even when I got my master's, I took social studies and all that kind of stuff. The amount of brainwashing at university level is insane. So the point I'm trying to make is I was a full-blown atheist in college. And I had this resentment towards my childhood because I was taken to church. And when my mom got her life together, she basically became obsessed with the church. There's nothing wrong with Christianity. There's so many valuable things to take from it. But I was an atheist, and now and I resented all the hypocrites, you know. But then I grew up a little. I had my kids, made me grow up. I got divorced. I was in another, after I got divorced, I was in another 5-year relationship. Probably the only person I really ever loved. And he was an alcoholic. He still is. And the funny thing about alcoholism and addiction is that I've never been an addict, but my entire life has been impacted by addicts. Both my parents were. My best friend was. She got clean. She was my childhood best friend. We're still very, very close. She's pretty much my only friend that I actually hang out and do stuff with. So I've seen people get clean. Both my parents got clean. But the interesting part about getting clean is it's like just one step. Just one step. And if they don't even take that step, then, you know, sometimes you end up enabling people if you're a sensitive person, you're an empath. You know, 12% on my battery. So anyways, my entire life has been impacted by people who struggle with addiction. And I'm not even one. Isn't that crazy? But it won't be anymore. As much as even the person that I left 2.5 years ago, much as I love that person, still to this day, like I would have told you we were going to ride off in the sunset and spend the rest of our lives together. I will never, I don't care how much I love somebody, be okay with things I'm not okay with. I will never accept treatment less than I deserve. I will never put a person in my kids' lives that isn't a healthy example of what a good man is, right? And like, I could easily settle right now. It looks okay on the surface. We can all put a smile on in public. Yeah, we made it look really good. We made it look happy. But behind the scenes, when people are getting emotionally abused, neglected, physically abused, whatever, the list goes on. Domestic abuse is my generational curse, side note. And the crazy part, you might graduate from being physically abused, which over a decade ago, like 15 years ago, over 15 years ago, I graduated from that one. But then I just went right into the other kinds of abuse, right? Psychological, emotional, mental. And that's because when I was a little kid, when we got taken away from my mom, I didn't see her for almost a year. She was off doing whatever. Probably more than she'd want me to mention on camera. Not that she even knows I say this or would want to care to watch my videos. Because, right, people still struggle. People are still not interested. Not people I know anyways. And that's okay. It's so funny doing my other YouTube channel. I found so many awesome people online that resonate with me, that understand this lonely road that has been traveled, looking for other people who actually have integrity and aren't so wounded they can't function. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. It's okay though. I feel like my goal right now is just focus on my kids and raising awesome little human beings that show up in this world the way we should. So there'll be 4 healed, healthy human beings in this world spreading love and light, instead of throwing them out there with my same generational curse because I refuse to do anything about it. And I will be damned if my sweet daughter goes through the shit I went through. And trust me, she's not gonna. She knows her worth, that girl. Yeah, it's funny because I don't know how to be other than vulnerable and open. I've always been this way. And you hear people say, don't overshare, don't do this. I've always been that person who's just like, pour my heart out to make it safe for other people to pour their heart out. And like, it's okay, I've been through stuff too. Like, everybody wants you to hide shit. And I get it. Like, there's a time and a place to talk about things. But, I just love those kind of people that are like me too. You know? Few and far between, and usually the ones that went through hell. To the point where, you know, probably still go to the gym tonight. They recently opened up a gym really close to my house, which is rare because I live in like a village outside of a small town. So the fact that there's a gym was the biggest surprise ever. I felt like it was a gift specifically for me from this universe. Because, It's good therapy, and the YMCA just wasn't doing it for me. Too many teenagers in there hovering around, and this one's a 24-hour. You can just go when you want. Sometimes you get it to yourself. Just my cup of tea. Doing a good job. Look, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Literally at the end of this tunnel, we're done. I think I just saw another blue jay. Oh, Piper saw a squirrel. Thankfully, she's nice and tired, so she didn't rip me. You gotta be real anchored down with your feet if she sees a squirrel, I'll tell you that. You could hurt yourself quick. But she can't help it. She's just a doggy being a doggy, huh, Pipe? She's doing what the pups do. Being cute. Squirrel. Squirrel. Yep, that's Piper's life in a nutshell. I'd get her a little squirrel stuffed animal, but she'd have it de-stuffed and ripped to shreds in less than a minute. So there's that. The crazy thing is she doesn't chew stuff. She's never been the dog to chew stuff around the house or anything like that. She doesn't go potty in the house. She's always been a good girl. She's 6.5 now though, so I've had her since she was itty bitty. But she was never a chewer. She knew better, and she just does what she does. Oh wow, we went over 6 miles. We went 6.3 miles. Let's let it calculate, see what else tell us. 6.3 miles, 659 feet of elevation gain. Beautiful. About 2 hours it took us. Oh, might need my keys. Holy, looking cute. Looking like you did some work. Looking like a big girl. Just a second, you silly. Let me get my fanny off. Get my fanny off. Well, guys, mission accomplished. Pipe, good girl, did a great job, honey. We love ya. She's a beautiful baby, yes. All right, let's unclip you and get you in. Okay. Get you in on my camera on my dash. Come to find out, my old dash doesn't want the sticky thing to stick that holds it to it, so we might have to figure out a plan B for having the camera while I'm driving, because that's gonna be good shots, because I can just like spin the camera towards like so you can see what I'm seeing, or I can spin it towards myself and have a little chat. So I'll have to figure that out. I'm starving. Let's go eat, Piper. It's me, Jessica. What's that movie called? Oh, what's that movie called? Oh, I can't think of it. That shit's funny. And it's me, Jessica. Oh, girl. Oh, did I screenshot? Yes. You secure puppet. Hoity, what a good girl today. Just doing your best job with your mom. Just hiking it up. Doing big things. All right, guys. It's a beautiful drive through here. Absolutely beautiful. I love where I live. I wouldn't mind to get some land out on this road. Just a hop, skip, and a jump, honey. Right to the trails. Just what we're looking for. I would just ride my my bike down. The bike trail's right down there too. Although I don't like the bike trail as much, just because I shouldn't say that. I haven't given it much of a chance. But I like feeling like I got a good workout in. And I feel like when you're cruising on a bike, there's tons of people on the electric bikes now, which I love for the older people. But I also feel like it's like, damn, like, are we always trying to get the lazy way out? Is that how we're doing life? Just everything's electric. Like my son, he was like complaining that all his friends have electric scooters. Well, my oldest does, but my other son doesn't have an electric scooter, and he was complaining about riding his bike. And it was still within town. And our town is a village. It's tiny. Tiny. Okay, so you got a bike, bro. Like, really? It's that difficult to just pedal? Come on now. When we were kids, we rode a long ways. Way further than these kids do. Although my kids showed me one day one of the creeks they go to. And after about 3 miles down the dirt road, it was a little bit... And it was like a creepy dirt road where not a lot of people are on. And deep into the woods. And, yeah. It's a little much. But really, they're fine. As long as they're with their friends and stuff. Even if there was a bigger animal out there, you know. And they all have phones. And I love how I can just track their location. So, like, my oldest, he has a little tracker on his phone, and I will just look at the map and just watch him cruising around town on his scooter. And I love that I know what pond he's fishing at. I know what creek they're at. They're usually outside. We have a ton of nature here, so it's usually them and the neighborhood kids finding something to do out in nature. And so I know exactly where they are on a map, and I can just drive following their little marker, you know. Oh, this is where I'll show you where I saw the black bear. And all around along here, this is on the left side of the road here. That's all Oil Creek State Park. All absolutely beautiful. This is where that bear crossed. And yeah. Cool. There's another, actually up where I was talking about my kids playing in the creek, there was a black bear up there not about a month ago. My mom's friend saw one cross when she was leaving my house. It's just a very dense area full of wildlife really up here. Like, there's small towns, but in between it's pretty rugged. Lots of trails. Lots of people hunt. Pennsylvania, I believe, if you go according to square footage, has the most white-tailed deer of any state per square footage. So obviously a place like a bigger state might have more total white-tailed deer, but per square foot, Pennsylvania is so densely populated with white-tailed deer. That's why hunting is so important, to keep the deer populations in check. Because otherwise, disease, ticks, all that kind of stuff, out of control. It would be out of control. I have deer go through my yard all the time. All the time. And they're like, you're never out in the way back and don't see deer poop and stuff. I have a fenced-in area for Piper, but you have to be careful for ticks and all that. And they're just everywhere. Like, they'll be sitting right in front of my kitchen window. I'm doing the dishes, like, just constantly deer everywhere. Which is a good thing, but it's also, you know, it needs to be kept under control to keep, you know, everything flowing the way it needs to flow. We don't need diseases and ticks and all that kind of stuff all out of control. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my first video ever on this channel. I really appreciate it. I forgot to do a little concluder, so I'm coming on here right now to do a little conclusion. I already have 2 other YouTube channels. I'll link them below if you want to check them out. I really appreciate you watching. If you could like, comment, subscribe to help out the algorithm and just to interact with me, because I'd love to start a beautiful community on this page just like I have on my other pages. And I really appreciate just everybody, just like
I really appreciate this journey in general. And I really, and YouTube and how we can connect in this beautiful way and show each other how to shine our individual unique lights in this world and in this universe, and expand in the ways that we can, and be able to share it on YouTube with each other and get close to people who maybe we never would have got close to before, because we have that opportunity with technology. Technology doesn't have to be always a bad thing. Everything comes with the light and the dark, right? And so in this experience, I'm learning that I can use technology to spread my light, and I'm going to do that. And I really appreciate that you guys are here with me to be on this journey. And I hope to do a lot of fun stuff on this channel and really express myself and expand as an individual human being and share that journey with you guys. And also for you to share your experiences with me and your comments and anything that you would have to add, or even suggestions. I'm open to that as well. So yeah, guys, I love you. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you on the next one.